start the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. All content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Hello everyone, I'm the Angry Vigilante. This is my side channel where I post reaction videos to salty fanboys pulled straight from my live streams on my main channel, The Angry Vigilante Show. On the main channel, I also cover gaming news, rants, and full game reviews. I'll leave a link down below and you're more than welcome to come and subscribe and also hang out with me live every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time. I think Primey's actually the very last one.
Dreamcast guy here. Today we're talking about Xbox because Microsoft has just released a crazy...
I mean, that does all surprise us. When do you not talk about Xbox? That is an amazing thumbnail. But man, yes, all you can ever talk about is Xbox.
Easy statement. One of the top Xbox executives has just admitted that they're going fully third party. There will never be an exclusive ever again. That every studio, every developer...
Well, there's no point for them to sit here and do exclusives. They've already done full third party. That makes absolutely no sense.
Everybody is just more excited about PlayStation and Nintendo Switch 2 than they ever were about being on Team.
My guy, when are people excited about PlayStation? Okay, I enjoy playing on my PS5, but they don't have a shit ton of exclusives coming out, so you can't really put them in the same conversation here with the Switch 2. More people are excited for the Switch 2 exclusives.
Green. And I wanted to talk about this because today is a fascinating day where a lot of the biggest Xbox journalists, Xbox YouTubers are admitting how wrong they were. And it's funny because I've been completely right about this for years. I mean, I've been calling this out since like 2022. And this isn't some, wow, I'm so smart. It's that it's been blatantly obvious. Every time Microsoft claims,
and they're doing fine. Xbox has been making how much money doing their third-party stuff?
Game Pass is super profitable. We don't need to sell games. We don't need people to sign up for our service. We don't need people to buy our hardware. The games are still...
Well, that was back in what? 2023 when he talked about that. Wasn't that before the acquisition of like Bethesda and all them? So it probably was successful back then. They probably were making money.
Profitable. This was obviously lies. I mean, it's been obviously lies now for almost a half decade. So the fact that people repeated those lies so much, it's just been interesting to watch. And so seeing people
I mean, how has it been a lie? They've been around for how long? Okay, I don't think that it actually was a failure for as long. Now, when they sat here and bought all those damn companies, yeah, it probably became a failure at that point, or maybe wasn't making enough because the investors wanted their money back way too damn quick is what it was. They didn't want to play the long game.
They kind of wake up and say, yes, Microsoft has just been lying about the state of Xbox since pretty much the beginning of the Series X launch. I want to break this down because their newest statement, I think...
That doesn't prove. You just literally pull up a thing saying Xbox fans lose faith. How does that prove that they were lying?
Kind of signals the fact that I really don't think they're doing next gen at all. I think at this point they're really...
Honestly, I do think that Xbox will continue, or I think Microsoft will continue to make an Xbox, but I think they're going to do what a lot of the PC companies do, and they're just going to sell for a profit. So let's say they only sell 1 million, but they sell them at a profit. They're still making money here.
You have two options, right? Create less games, sell some of their game studios, shut down some of their game studios.
My God, I guarantee you the money that they make on Candy Crush alone and Minecraft makes it more profitable than anything. I don't think they need to do anything else.
Studios, or at the very least, they got to just start basically saying, look, we can't even afford it in the budget to make an Xbox version of the game. We're just going to put it on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation and PC, and hope we break even. I do truly think this statement today to me almost kind of signifies the death of Game Pass. But let me explain. Hi.
I don't think that Game Pass is going anywhere. I don't think it's a good service anymore. It used to be at one point. I still think GameFly is a way better of a service.
Hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It is 9 degrees where I am in Dallas, Texas right now. 9.
Awesome. Guess what? When this video was, it was probably about 30-something degrees for me. And I live in the Pacific Northwest where it's meant to be cold. It's actually been a very warm winter for me, believe it or not.
Not even 10. 9 degrees. That is insane to me. So let's hope the power grid does not go down like it did the last couple ice storms. Now, the whole thing about this,
even though I do not like Dreamcast guy, I don't want the grid to go down either for him.
that I think's really got people talking a lot is that there was obviously that Xbox Developer Direct.
And they should come to the PS5. They need the sales. And 3 of those 4 games look phenomenal.
A couple days ago, and a lot of the internet really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it less. I think that Fable looks fantastic. I'm not the biggest Forza fan, and I'll be honest.
But you like Gran Turismo. How do you not like Forza, but you like Gran Turismo? How does that make any damn sense?
I thought these other 2 games looked like hot garbage.
Beast of Reincarnation did not look like hot garbage here. Pretty certain if that was a PS5 exclusive, you would be hyping this up. You are literally the PlayStation version of Harmon Smith. I am not kidding.
But what was crazy is that they straight up came out here, and in the trailers of the Xbox Developer Direct, PS5 logos all over the place. PS5 logos all over the place. And
why wouldn't they? They've been putting all their games on PS5. They've been putting their games on PC. Why wouldn't they sit here and have the logos advertised as going to be full third party? Well, almost, because they're not coming to the Switch 2 just yet.
You just really don't see that. Look, it's just wild to see the fact.
Maybe 10 years ago you didn't see that, but nowadays it's going to become very possible. Just wait until PlayStation's doing it.
That, hey, these games are great on Game Pass. You're going to be great on Game Pass, but hey, look, if you want big crazy stuff, our actual big AAA stuff is best on PlayStation 5 Pro. This is the one that I called out years ago that a lot of people said I was definitely wrong about. I said that when we first saw the TV.
Yeah, probably back when the whole just 4 games thing was announced. That's when probably people were saying that you're wrong. But we're talking about in the last couple of years when they announced it, we all knew it was coming to the PS5 here. Come on.
These are trailers for that.
Maybe not day and date, but we all knew it was going to come eventually.
I was basically like, look, man, there's no way this is profitable if it's only on Xbox. If this thing is on Xbox, they might as well set that money on fire.
That's why they've been putting them on PC and PlayStation. They have to sit here and put them everywhere else because Microsoft, they want to make as much money as they can.
To keep themselves warm. This thing has to be a PlayStation and PC game. So obviously, it's coming to PlayStation 5. And honestly, Steelers still kind of hating on it. I still think the gameplay looks really, really fun, right? Chicken chaser. Okay. Here's the statement today, though.
Yes, it does look really good. I'm excited for 3 of the 4. That like pottery game, it's just not my type of game. You know, if they ever send me a free copy, I probably would enjoy it, but it's not really a game I'm going to run out and buy.
They've been talking a lot about how they're trying to do that typical PR speak. We're going where the gamers are at. There's 80 million PS5s. Of course we're going to put all our games on PS5. There's like 20 million Xboxes. If there's 4 times more PlayStation players and PlayStation players actually buy games. Have you ever done a fun thing and looked at like the physical sales numbers of Xbox games? They're like single digits sometimes. Like we're talking like every other territory, something will sell like 100,000 or 200.
You do understand 100,000, 200,000. That's not single digits. Do you understand what single digits mean? Single digits is under 10.
100,000 copies. And on Xbox, it'll sell like 1,000 copies. Anyways, the 4 pillars of Xbox are now officially coming to PlayStation. Halo, Gears, Forza, and Fable. And this to me is wild because I've been thinking about the fact that it's not just that these franchises are making that jump over to the blue ocean of sales. To me, it's wild that really consider the fact that almost all of these have switched developers, right? Lionhead is gone. The creators of Fable got fired by Microsoft, like in the Xbox One.
Okay, that does tend to happen unless it's Nintendo. Nintendo's the only one I know that doesn't really fire people.
Generation. That's how long.
Unless it's those 200 people that they laid off.
Long it's been. Whereas Halo, obviously 343 Industries is sort of the same people, but sort of not. Obviously, Bungie invented Halo. It's just one of those things where I feel like the vibe, the people that even invented Gears of War, Cliff Bleszinski and stuff, that guy basically walked out with his paycheck a decade ago. It's just interesting that in a way, they're really trying to keep this going, right? The idea of old school Xbox is kind of a...
No, they want to sit here and keep making games and keep them going. Not trying to keep the old school way going. Just because they are making a new Halo or a new Gears or Forza game doesn't mean they're trying. Those are the 3 most popular franchises of all time. That would be like PlayStation stopped making God of War.
a shambling corpse to compare to like what they sort of are trying to present it as. But let me take a look. This is the full statement. So this is Craig Duncan, head of Xbox Game Studios, talking about the fact that they're trying to do better about communicating. And he sort of admits the fact that they did sell people a lie. And it's this: we're going to try to be more consistent with what we do. As the guy that gets to run the studios and help our game teams, I take a pretty simple view on this. We want our games to reach the most players possible. And we've been on this journey before. You know,
Yes, they've been no secret about that. Are you this late to the damn party already?
was running Sea of Thieves at Rare when we took it to PS5, and as we migrated the Xbox players to PlayStation, we saw more players come in. We saw the community around the game grow.
Of course, they went full third party. That makes sense.
Forza Horizon 5, which launched on PS5 last year, did really well. Yeah, who would have thought that selling a game on a console that actually has players that...
Then why didn't your PlayStation game sell? Why didn't Final Fantasy VII Rebirth sell like crazy then?
I don't know, buy games, it'll sell some games. It helped the community game grow. It gives everybody more people to play with. For me, the strategy is really about how we can have our games reach as many people as possible. Now, what's interesting is that last year, we heard the original lie. It's just 4 games, right? That was the original Phil Spencer lie. He came on camera, he straight up looked into the lens and said, hey, this is only 4 games. It's nothing else.
Yes, we all understand the just 4 games.
It's not crazy stuff. It's just these couple games. And then right after that, every single game started coming to PlayStation. And since then, I feel like you see Phil Spencer a lot less. I do think they sent Phil Spencer out there to lie. I think the CEO...
Of course they did. Maybe at the time they weren't really thinking about it, but once they started seeing that money trickle in, they were like, oh yeah, it's going to be more than just 4.
Satya Nadella said, somebody's got to take the hit. Go out there, lie to the fans. And a lot of people repeated that lie. This is a guy who gets a lot of hate. Paris, I'm not here to bash on him. Instead, what I'm saying is the fact that Paris is one of those people that repeated the lie a lot.
Why have I heard this name Paris before? Why does that name sound so familiar? Once Xbox ripped off the Band-Aid, it was inevitable that all their games would be on PlayStation and Nintendo hardware by day and date. Depends on studio resources. Well, we haven't exactly got them on day and date with Nintendo, but that's probably going to be coming soon.
Like, he didn't know it, but he was one of those people that said, it's just 4 games. This isn't fully third party. The Xbox ecosystem still has its purpose and stuff, and now he's basically saying, well, I'm just wrong. I was wrong about flagship games staying exclusive. Now, there's a ton of quotes.
Of course, everybody who was saying that was wrong. But also, you know, when you grew up in the console war time, you never would have thought this was going to happen.
Anybody that's been doing a lot of podcasts or doing a lot of videos, you end up having bad quotes. There's dumb quotes of me saying all sorts of stupid stuff. But
my guy, you say it almost every other damn day.
People like to show a lot of quotes of Paris basically saying that, like, when they bought Bethesda, he was like, there's no way that any Bethesda game will ever be on PlayStation ever again. You know, every single time they bought stuff, he said, you're buying Call of Duty to make Call of Duty exclusive, right? Obviously, that was...
Yeah, I don't think... I did not originally think when they were buying Call of Duty, they were going to make it exclusive. I was like, there's no way Xbox is going to do that. And they didn't.
Just his sort of estimation. Like, because to me... it's still logical, right? Why do they spend almost $100 billion on acquisitions to go third party? So I understand his reasoning, even if obviously it ended up being incorrect. Once Xbox ripped off the Band-Aid, it was inevitable that all their games would be on PlayStation and Nintendo, but day and date depends on the studio, resources to deliver a quality...
Well, those days are coming to a close, and just wait until PlayStation is following suit.
...experience. This is why...
Alright, we're done with Dreamcast Guy. He's annoying me.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hard.